Hi, my name's Randy Van Dynen, and today I'm going to show you how to get ready for print competition. I get a lot of questions from this, so I want to show you how to do this. This will work for most PPA, Imaging USA, FPP, any of the PPA guilds, their competition. This will get you ready for it, and it's really pretty simple. So let's start off. Here's the image I'm going to use today. I'm going to start out by flattening the image. So I'm going to come down here, flatten image. I'm then going to come over here and resize it. So let's go up to image size. Now the final image is going to be 4,000 pixels, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I want a border around it. So make sure resample is checked. First thing we're going to do is resolution at 72 dpi. And then our width is going to be, since it cannot be more than 4,000 either width or height, we're going to make this 3,700. And that right there gives us the right size for where we're going to start. The next thing I want to do is come over here and check the lock right there to unlock it. And I am going to create a new layer and I'm going to drop it behind the main image right here. Now we need to go to image, canvas size. So this time we're going to go to 4,000 since that's the size they want. And since that was adding 300 pixels to it, I'm going to do the same right here and make this, if I can get it, 300 pixels more. Say OK. And now I got it centered perfectly inside the canvas. Next thing we want to do is get a color. Sometimes it's great just to use black or white. We want to do something that's not going to be distracting from the image. So I'm just going to I'm on my paintbrush, hold the option key and just kind of grab a dark brown like that. I'm going to come over here, make sure I'm on my blank layer and hold either option delete or alt delete to fill that. And that looks pretty good. Kind of like that. Looks maybe a little bit darker. So what I can do is I can just go ahead and just add a curves adjustment layer. Just pull down the center. Maybe darken that a little bit more. I think I like that. So we got that. Now what we need to do is flatten it. Now you can do some other things. If you want to, let's say you wanted to put a stroke on this. You could. Be careful doing that. I see too many people putting double strokes and all this stuff. You don't want it to be distracting from your image. If it needs it, put it on. If it doesn't need it, really consider whether you want to do it or not. Anything that distracts is probably going to knock down a point or two. So let's go ahead and add a stroke though. So we're going to make a new layer. We're going to come up to edit, stroke, and let's pick a color. Let's just, for this, go white. Say OK. Oops, I did one thing wrong, guys. Sorry about that. You're going to hold the command key and click on the thumbnail to select that. Now let's go to stroke and make sure it's sent on center. That'll do both, make sure it's right on there. If you want, you can do inside. That might even give us a little bit stronger edge there. Let's pick our color again and go to white. Say OK. And click OK. Let me deselect that. You can see now there's a white stroke all the way around it. For this particular image, I don't think it needs it, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So now we got all our work done. We like what we have. We're going to come up here and flatten our image. So you can go to layers, flatten image. Now it's flat. Now we want to make sure it's on the right mode. It was 16-bit. We need it to be 8-bit. And we're going to come up here to edit, go down to convert color to put in the profiles. Now this has to be either sRGB or Adobe RGB. We're going to go with Adobe RGB. I'm going to say OK. Now that we're all set, we need to save it. So we're going to come up here, save as. And let's just put it on the desktop. And it needs to be a JPEG. So we'll go OK. You give it a name if you want to right now. And this is where it has to go. We have to be at quality 10 for this to work. That's what they suggest. You really don't want this more than 5. They will accept some bigger ones, so if it's a little over, don't worry, but they say 10 is where you want to be. Just do baseline standard and say OK. So that's how you do it for most of the photography open competitions. But if you're going to do an artist one, you have to show all your stuff behind it. So you first start out with a 4,000 by 4,000 canvas and put your image in it. And then you have to go ahead and show them all the different pieces you use in it. Now you don't have to show everything. They'd like to see, show them what will work to show the type of work that you put into it. You don't need to put everything, but make sure you have enough of it. I mean, some little things. If you look here, I threw one wire in here, but there's a tons of wires over here. Put a couple gears to show a bunch of gears here. So I didn't show them everything, but I wanted to show them enough so they have an idea of the type of work that was put into the image. So we got that. We've gone ahead, and now it's basically the same thing. Flatten your image and go ahead and save as, just like we did with the JPEG. So I hope that helped you out. Please stop back and for any future videos that I'll be doing on Photoshop and Lightroom training and a little architectural photography too. Have a great day now.